Okay, ribbon cable replacement it is, and they're saying there's a 3-month warranty. The only thing they were saying was they were unsure if anything happens to the motor or anything else, they can't be responsible for it, because I guess that makes sense. So hopefully it is just a ribbon. Actually, just a quick note about the drone. Actually, something might happen in the future if it works out, where it'll actually make sense for me to get the drone, like a new one, for example. It'll work out in every single way, financially and so forth. As well, I may be able to get to do stuff where some of you guys actually suggested I do before, like take a ride on helicopters and stuff. It might work, I don't know, but I'll keep you guys updated. You guys can actually be involved in the whole, I guess, journey as well, depending on how things go. So just a quick note about that.
I hit the rolling stone. We'll get too much money and it pisses me off. So I'm gonna beat those goddamn losers without even trying. It's all about money! Money!
What in the world?
All the missing people come from.
Okay.
They went out in Stanley Park.
Okay, and without the drone today, they did announce that new thing from DJI, and I guess as everyone expected, it was an action camera. So it's here, the Osmo Action. Unleash your other side. Just from the looks of it, one of the unique things about this camera, while it is specifically going after the GoPro, there's a screen on the front and the back apparently. So I guess that's supposed to make it more convenient if you want to film something like vlogging and so forth. You can look at it from the front or the back. And they have their own marketing jargons just about the stabilization. They call it the rock steady. Apparently, from what I gather from reading this, it is digital stabilization for the most part, so you still will have to worry about things like the image cropping and all that. This is waterproof according to this, without any kind of casing or anything like that. It's basically waterproof for up to 11 meters. And it does 4K, 60 FPS, 4K HDR it says, and it has 8 times slow motion. And what's the price? According to this, it's $349 US. Is that enough to get people to sway from buying a GoPro to buy this instead? I was looking at the footages online, and for the most part, it basically looks very action camera-y, I guess you could say. Like, it's not going to be something you're going to use to create like a crazy film or anything like that. So as usual, when it uses digital stabilization, it looks perfectly fine, like what they show in the videos during the daylight. But as soon as it becomes nighttime, it has to crop the image. It seems like it struggles a lot. Funny enough, I was just thinking too, if you guys remember when you guys helped me get this camera, like the replacement, I'm still debating this camera I have, man, it's like over 2 years old. Just from the looks of it anyways, from the picture quality, I'd rather have this one still in terms of things like optical stabilization and everything like that. I mean, would you actually buy the DJI over say the GoPro or the Sony right now? There is like a new GoPro coming out later this year. I guess it's more about brand awareness as well, because I even said before, when you say GoPro to most people, they'll know what you're talking about. For the average person, you say DJI, they'll be like, what's that? Unless you're into things like drones and all. And how about this story in relation to drones and privacy? It's actually really interesting. Apparently someone was doing something, I guess, quote, illegal, and it was caught by a drone, and he's basically arguing the person who flew the drone was invading his privacy to get that footage. It says, man says neighbor used drone footage in court against him. Indiana man's backyard battle raises questions about drones. Imagine a tiny remote-controlled object flying over your yard, taking pictures. That is exactly what one man says happened to him. To make matters worse, those pictures were used by his opposition in court, and he feels his privacy has been invaded. As to what he was doing, it says here, he started raising emus on the property a few years ago. Morrison bought the 35-acre property in Cloverdale in 1985. He planned to use it to grow ginseng and fix cars to pay for his retirement. So apparently neighbors took exception to what he was doing. Maybe it was things like noise. And it says neighbors went to the county saying Morrison's property is in violation of county ordinance. The way Morrison says they figured out what's behind his fence, drones. These pictures taken with a drone were brought as evidence against Morrison. So you can see with the pictures, it doesn't look like it was a picture taken outside, like away from the property. It looked like literally a top-down view. So you had to have flown in there to take this. And now because of that, what he's arguing, one, it's the violation of his privacy, he's saying, because that's his property. And two, he's saying there's no way someone could have flown the drone beyond visual line of sight, like within line of sight rather. So they must have broken the law in that way. So I guess he's saying these pictures shouldn't be valid. Kind of makes you think, like in this case, kind of a tricky topic, huh? Would you consider this as a violation of a person's privacy? Because people would often say when you're flying in your own neighborhood, people are so paranoid that you're being filmed when really they're just capturing the sunset or whatever. But how about in this case, huh? Whoa. I see it.
Relatively rico però.
Okay, no drone today unfortunately as expected, but apparently I can pick it up tomorrow. So I guess it's the archive for today. Alright, see you guys later.